Today I've been checking out the newest DCS module, which is the CH-47F, or better known as the Chinook. Now, I own most modules on DCS, I've even done some tutorials, and as some of you may know, I like to keep things short, sweet, and simple. So this isn't going to be some super long video about the Chinook. Plenty of people know way more than me, will spend more time covering this. This is just my initial thoughts and, give you an idea if maybe you should pick this up or not. I've actually been flying the Chinook in Microsoft Flight Simulator and been having a blast. But could the DCS Chinook live up to expectations? Anyway, the footage in the background is just me messing about on the Nevada map, so let's get into it. Now, what do you get for your money if you buy it? Well, you get some instant missions. There is quite a few across most maps. 4 training missions, no campaign, and most of the cargo gameplay isn't fleshed out, but there is hook loading and loading via the radio menu. However, annoyingly, soldiers still just teleport in and, which is really annoying, you can't see the models in the back of the helicopter. This needs sorted. Like if I'm going to load up with guys, I want to see them sitting in the back of my helicopter. You can arm with 2 door gunners, there's no rear, and the most disappointing thing, there's only 2 liveries, which I couldn't quite get my head around. Obviously, it's in early access, so there is going to be stuff missing, but I would say one negative here, and it's a big one for most people, is the lack of content you're getting with it. Now, onto the important things. So, how does it look and sound? I think it looks great, apart from the lack of liveries. That's really annoyed me. I got way more in Microsoft Flight Simulator. The model looks good from all angles. Inside, it looks great. It's crisp, it's well textured. The texture work is brilliant. Sound-wise, I would say it's really good. However, inside the cockpit, it does seem a little bit muted. I'm not sure if that's just excellent soundproofing, but it seemed a little bit quiet. Now, on to the next thing, startup and controls. With controls, you hardly need to set any up. Like 12 or 14 keybinds will get you started. You can be up and running in minutes. It's super quick. Once you're in the aircraft, startup isn't hard either. It's not a huge amount of buttons and switches to click, and it usually doesn't fail. It's quite easy. Some buttons were a little bit of a pain to locate, but I had no issues here. Obviously, there's always auto start if you're lazy like me, and it doesn't take much time to auto start, which is good. The helicopter does come with a basic trim control, but to be fair, I found that I hardly needed it compared to other helicopters. Moving on to actual flying, you would expect this massive big beast to be difficult to fly, but nope.
It was super easy, barely an inconvenience.
Honestly, it's so much fun and easy to fly. It's the first time playing DCS in ages. I've just been able to pick something up with no practice and have some fun. My game time is limited these days and I just don't have the hours to learn loads and loads of things. Yes, I'm not great. Yes, I'm going to still crash into the ground occasionally, but I wasn't blowing up every 2 seconds, crashing and having to watch guides on just how to keep the thing in the sky. It hovers, climbs, lands, you can do rollovers, you can turn around on a dime. It's so easy to control. It takes off and lands with ease. The AI help, or Bob as it's called, basically lets you control this thing with ease. You can use the fine inputs to keep you pretty balanced and hovering. It's so good. This is the first helicopter that I just feel I can enjoy and complete my objectives without fighting with the thing or watching a million how-to videos. The only slight negative about the whole module, apart from all the missing features, is the flight panel is super hard to see. Like, it feels like it's miles away from your face. Like, I had to keep zooming in to view them. In this sort of aircraft, it's not like completely necessary to have your hood in front of you. But I don't know what they could do, but I'm old and my eyesight is poor. I couldn't see a thing on them without the zoom. Now, we come to the end, and the question is it worth picking up in its current state? I will say absolutely. It's a great, fun and engaging and, most importantly, just easy to pick up module. It will bring a raft of extra gameplay and opportunities. And it's the first module in ages I've actually had fun flying. It's almost pick up and play. It felt like I was playing a fun game. It brought some fun to DCS that I think sometimes it's lacking because of that realism sometimes. And I know I don't play for a long while, like it can be months between my game sessions. And I know that I'll be able to load this module up and do a mission with relative ease. I just wish like everyone it was a bit more feature complete. I mean, like a lot of people, I wish it was a bit more feature complete. I wish logistics was sorted and it looked and worked properly. But honestly, as a bit of a fun play around, mess around module, I don't see the issue with it. I know a lot of people take DCS super seriously. I don't. I'm a little bit more on the fun side. I want to have a bit of fun. This module suits that. You know what? We're all here for a bit of fun sometimes, and this module bought that for me. Anyway, guys, if you have any questions, leave them below, and I'll catch you all later. Goodbye.